Welcome to another edition of MSU Inside Out alongside Andre Livingston. I am Jesse Rosfit. Andre, we're gearing up for the KMSU auction coming up in 2 weeks right here on Channel 19. And that's what we're going to be talking about a lot on the show today.
I'll be talking to the chef, the executive chef at the Holiday Inn. I'm excited. Hopefully he brought some food because I'm kind of hungry. You will be talking to somebody from the Western Plains Opera. But before we get to all of that, kicking it live is Bridget talking more about Morse karate. Take it away, Bridget.
Thanks, guys. The holiday season is fast approaching, and one way to kick off the calories is with Moore's martial arts. And joining me is Shifu Alexis, and she has donated 3-month packages. Yep. And tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. What we're doing is we're giving away three-month packages for kids or adults here at the studio. We're located at 110 First Street.
Tell me a little bit about what they all offer, what the ages are, and what are like the limitations for that.
Sure, not a problem. What we do here is self-defense style of martial arts. We offer a Kids Little Warriors program, which starts at 4 to 7, and then we have a kids program, which is 8 to 13, and then we have an adult class as well, and the classes vary, but what we specialize in is teaching true self-defense.
Okay, so it's a good exercise for not only the body, but the mind as well. And can you tell me a little bit about like the benefits of doing this?
Sure. The biggest benefit is that we're self-defense. So we teach confidence, and we really help empower people to be excited so that they feel safe in their environment. And it's really requires a lot of mental as well as physical abilities to do this.
And it's not just boys or girls. Both of them do it.
Yeah. Definitely. In fact, we have lots of women do it. Little kids, definitely doesn't matter whatever ability you're at. Just come on in and check out a class, and we have lots of fun. We're like a family here.
Can you tell me a little bit about the stages of it, becoming from soul starting out to the master? How do you get there?
Sure, definitely. We start out as a white belt, and then you first go all the way, and it takes a few years, and we try really hard, and then you get to be a black belt. And then after that, we study different animal styles. So you start out, your first degree is bear, and then it goes tiger, and so on, all the way up to being a dragon, ultimately at 8th degree.
And so 8th degree is the highest, and that is a dragon.
Yep.
And what is, I think, the most important part of like becoming the 8th?
Having drive and just being here and practicing and just fighting and coming in and just giving it your all.
All right, very well. Thank you, Alexis. And that is just one way you guys can check out and get some karate in ya. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thank you, Bridget. Morse Karate, a Green Club member for our KMSU auction. To tell us more about the auction, Josh Sandy is here for a little more information.
All right, yeah, thank you, Jesse. You know, we've talked a lot about the upcoming KMSU auction, but our very own Jesse Rossman was able to take a look at the behind-the-scenes action of the broadcasting department's big event.
Crazy, hectic, nuts. These are a few words students use to describe the KMSU auction. The viewers at home will only see a few people on the television screen telling them what they're bidding on. The students involved know there's much more to the auction than that.
What you see on TV is probably like half of what's going on behind the scenes. People are always running around, people are always trying to get things right and get prepared for the next thing that's coming up.
The televised portion of the auction is definitely the most popular, but that doesn't necessarily make it the most important. The items the viewers bid on have to come from somewhere.
There's a lot more that goes into it than people really realize when they're just, tuning in and watching us with all of the donations, but people don't realize how much work us students put in to contacting businesses and trying to get, the best donation we can get and kind of explaining to businesses what they get out of it as well.
Last year's auction raised over $16,000. This year, they hope to keep building the event, giving great example for future students.
It really is a fun thing. As much as, we put a lot of hard work and effort into it, it is really fun and it's really rewarding at the end. And I hope that, future students can watch us and be like, wow, they did that, and maybe set new goals for themselves as well and try to even surpass things that we've done in the future.
What many people may not know is the auction is a class Minot State University offers. It's great for students because even though it can get hectic, it's some of the best experience they'll get in college. For MSU Inside Out, I'm Jesse Rosfit.
Once again, the KMSU auction will be held December 4th, pre-show at 5. Well, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. For the 15th year, Staff Senate will be putting on the annual Holiday Office Decorating Contest. Offices, departments, and clubs across campus are encouraged to decorate the room they call home in hopes of winning the coveted traveling trophy. Last year's top honors went to NDCPD, but the trophy is once again up for grabs this holiday season. To compete, call Darla Weigel at 858-3489 by December 10th. It's hard to believe, but Thanksgiving is just a week away from today. The MSU Student Wellness Center will be adjusting its hours of operation for the holiday weekend. The Wellness Center will be closed all day Thursday for Thanksgiving, but will operate between noon and 6 on both Friday and Saturday. They will then again be open between 2 and 10 on Sunday. The rest of the campus will remain closed through the holiday weekend, but the Wellness Center will thankfully give us an opportunity to work off our Thanksgiving meals. I'm sure going to utilize that one, Andre, and I hope we all do.
Hey, me and you both. I'm probably going to pack on like 10, 15 pounds after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I hope I do, actually.
Speaking of being hungry, executive chef at the Holiday Inn is joining us here on MSU Inside Out. Joshua Gentry, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so your job is executive chef at the Holiday Inn. What are some things that you encounter every day? Just tell me about your daily life over there.
Well, my daily life consists of, banquets of 200 to 300 to 400 people. We have one of the biggest banquet facilities in all of North Dakota, where we do anything from roast beef to fresh seared ahi tuna. I've been here about 11 months, so not quite a year. And what I want to do is bring another option to Minot to have a fine dining flair with a Southern twist.
Okay, that Southern twist, you told me that you come from Arkansas. So
yes,
bring
Fort
a little
Smith.
Arkansas flavor to Minot.
Sure.
I like it. What are some things that you guys are involved in the KMSU auction
Yes.
coming up next month? And I know that the Holiday Inn has donated 5 entrees.
It's a 5-course dinner
5-course
for 8 people.
5-course dinner for 8 people. Tell me some things that if I came in with 8 people, the 5-course, what will go on specifically that night if I won that package and decided to use it? What are some things that
Well, we would start with a muse with what would usually be an hors d'oeuvre, which would be anything from a fried turnip green to a seared ahi tuna wonton to fresh Asian chicken salads to fresh seafood to fresh cut meats.
Okay, so you would say it would be kind of like almost intimate with you as a...
Sure, it would be very personal. I would touch your table.
Okay.
I would come and explain everything to you, explain the ingredients of everything that goes in everything, and make it very intimate with not only with the kitchen staff but the wait staff as well.
Now, are the 5 courses predetermined, or do they get to select?
Well, what we would do is we would work all the details out with the people with the auction. We would sit down with our sales team, and we would come up with what we're going to have for the night. If they can dream it, we can achieve it.
All right. So, what's your favorite dish? What are some of your
My favorite dish is a Southern shrimp scampi with a Southern grit. It is a jalapeno and cheddar grit with fresh spinach and fresh shrimp with a beurre blanc.
That sounds amazing. All right. Well, coming from Arkansas, what are some flavors that you try to, take growing up there, or coming from there that you try to incorporate with, the different things going along in Minot?
Well, it's definitely Southern spices, from, like I said, Southern grits to a French cut pork chop with apple glazed cinnamon. Because always growing up, I always incorporated pork chops and applesauce.
Okay.
So I've done plates where we would have mashed russet potatoes with French cut double bone pork chop, and like I said, an apple glaze. And that's one of my favorites.
That sounds great. Very exquisite. It seems like you can do anything from, just the basic. You can whip that up real quick, and it seems like you could jump all the way to like a 5-star.
Sure.
Something like that.
Yeah, we've done everything from, like I said, roast beef, sliced ham to fried chicken to fresh seared ahi tuna, rock lobster, 16-ounce ribeyes. Like I said, if you come in with a flavor profile, we can definitely nail it for you.
Okay, so 5-course
Yes, sir.
for 8 people. Definitely take the opportunity to win that package. Coming up next month, and the auction Thank you for joining here on MSU Inside Out,
Thank you.
Josh. Hopefully we'll see you a lot more often. Stay around here on MSU Inside Out. We'll be having Sports with Nolan. Andre's Fantasy Football's back. The KMSU auction right around the corner. We're talking to more Green Club members. And, of course, weather is getting cold, so bundle up here on MSU Inside Out. Stick around. Thank you to our underwriters.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports, located on South Broadway across from Walmart.
All-American Trophies, established in 1983, located on South Broadway for all your trophy and screen printing needs.
Art Main, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies, located on Main Street.
Digital Office Center, offices located in Minot and Bismarck, provides a complete line of Xerox equipment, supplies, and other services.
MSU Hockey Club, the 2013 ACHA Men's Division I National Champions. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
MSU Athletics Department, NCAA Division II, promoting good character and a positive experience. Red Rising.
MSU Red and Green, Minot State University's official student-run newspaper.
Midwest Oil Jobs brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest under one roof to connect like-minded individuals.
Creative Property Management, over 45 years in managing properties and finding tenants the right home.
Be seen, be heard on the Alshire, Black Box, and Amphitheater stages. MSU Theater, where we tell the world's story.
MSU Art Department, stimulating creativity campus-wide by providing exhibits and art events.
Fiancé Bridal, located downtown Minot, and now you can shop online.
Pepsi of Minot, the local Pepsi Cola bottling company serving the North Dakota areas of Minot, Dickinson, Devils Lake, Bottineau, and Hettinger.
Rick's Jewelry, where you'll shimmer and shine.
Watney Realtors, full-service real estate agency handling residential, commercial, and investment properties. You can visit them online at minothomes.com.
Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, beer, located in the Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
97 Kicks FM, today's hot new country.
KZTR FM, Minot's rock station, 105.3 The Fox.
KMXA FM, Minot's best music mix. Mix 99.9.
Jacobson Music, family-owned music business with 3 retail locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
Beaver Brew Cafe, a coffee shop run by MSU students in the Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Minot Automotive, offering a superb selection of new 2014-2015 and used Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Toyota models.
Uncle Mattio's, a place where everything is fresh, from pizza dough that's made in store each day to locally grown veggies that are delivered every morning.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KXMC, local news, weather, and sports.
Bridgeford Construction, licensed and insured for all your concrete needs, residential and commercial.
Ike Heatings, providing immediate sleep and furniture solutions for individuals, families, and commercial properties.
We're back here on MSU Inside Out. Andre, that was an interesting interview right before the break talking to Josh Gentry, the cook from Holiday Inn. That made me really hungry.
Me and you both. But a lot of great things, coming along with the auction going on next month. But there's a lot more to get to on campus. Mm-hmm. Here joining us is Jamie Council talking about M-Life and some different things going around campus.
Yeah, M-Life has been busy keeping the students busy. So I'll get right to it. The worst kind of students are bored students. M-Life strives to combat that problem. On Tuesday night, comedian Pete Lee took the stage to laugh the night away. Lee has appeared on Comedy Central and is on a 92-school comedy tour, including Minot State. Inside Out's own Emmanuel Okri has more.
By the way, you guys are such a good crowd that after the show, and if anybody wants that computer, just take it.
Tuesday night was a night filled with laughter on MSU campus. Student activities organized a comedian show at the Beaver Dam. Originally from Wisconsin, New York-based comedian Pete Lee presented at the event.
I've been doing stand-up for 17 years. I started when I was a teenager, and forever I was super poor, and now it's really great, and I get to be on TV and stuff.
Currently on tour, Pete Lee has made appearances on several TV shows and also has his own show.
I have a Comedy Central half-hour special. I've been on David Letterman, The Late Show with David Letterman, NBC's Last Comic Standing. I was on a show called Best Week Ever on VH1 for 3 seasons. I was on that. And then I'm getting ready to do The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, so that'll be awesome.
The event started at 8 p.m. and lasted for about an hour. After the show, fans were allowed to take pictures with the comedian and get autographs also. For more information about the campus activities, like the MLive Facebook page. For KMSU, Emmanuel Okorie.
And the picture you saw of Pete Lee, the other guy was Emmanuel Okorie. And another MLife event takes place Monday. Waking up to winter weather is something no student enjoys, but basking in a bed of blankets serves as a sufficient solution. Tie blankets are back. Students can make their very own tie blankets with a wide variety of colors and patterns. MLife is covering the cost for students, so students can cover themselves up this winter. The event takes place on Monday at 7 p.m. in the Beaver Dam. And a reminder on behalf of MLife, there will be no movie tonight due to the release of Mockingjay in theaters. The movie starts at midnight. One of my favorite parts of the holiday season are tasty treats. My least favorite part are the shrinking clothes. There's a group out to combat the effects of unhealthy holiday choices. The MSU Wellness Center is sponsoring another healthy holiday challenge. Weekly e-newsletters, accountability, and workout perks are part of the challenge. Prize drawings for losing weight, maintaining weight, and participation. Look good and feel good about yourself this holiday season. For more information, visit the MSU Wellness Center on campus or through Facebook. So, Jesse, I know that you're kind of hopping right back into the auction.
Yeah. Thanks, Jamie, for the other news from around campus. But moving right back into the auction now, I'm joined by Ken Bowles, the director of the Western Plains Opera. Ken, thanks for joining me.
Glad to be here.
So, like we've mentioned throughout the show, our auction coming up in 2 weeks. So we've been talking to Green Club members, or members who've donated a few certain amounts throughout for our auction. And you, Western Plains Opera, donated tickets to be spread around through packages throughout the night. I know you guys have been doing this, donating tickets for our auction for quite a few years. How did this get started?
Well, I think, like the Minot Symphony Orchestra, the Western Plains Opera is a university community partnership. It's run and housed at the university and then actually funded and managed indirectly through a civic board. So there's kind of a lot of interior support for other programs on campus, certainly for students on campus who participate in the Western Plains productions, but also for causes, much like the KMSU auction. So.
Can you just explain a little bit about like what you guys are doing, what shows you might be coming up that you're looking forward to?
We do one main stage opera each year, and that happens mid-September. And we did this year Carmen, which is one of the most famous operas, had a wonderful audience and a large cast of students and community people. I would say that in the orchestra, we had 30 members, 15 of whom were students on the stage. We had another 60 people performing, at least 40 of those were students. So we have a good representation from across campus. So it's a lot of fun. It's a big venture. So we start it in the summertime and it culminates just as school begins. We also do a project in February, which we have sometimes done around Valentine's Day, but this year it will be just a bit later, where it's a gala evening for people to come and sit, eat desserts, be entertained by a variety of music from guest artists and local artists as well. So that's what's in our immediate future.
You've been with the Western Plains Opera for quite some time. How did you get involved?
When I came here, I was in town no less than 2 months when I was recruited into one of the performances, and we've been there ever since. So this now begins or ending my 19th year as being the director of the company. And it's been a load of fun, and we've had some great productions and made many, many fine friends.
How do people get involved with the Western Plains Opera?
There's always announcements as we begin our productions and the like. One of the best ways to do that is to contact me through the Division of Music. We're always open to encourage people to prepare for roles. If they have a good background, that's wonderful. Sometimes we're able to take people who have very little background, and with a little coaching and a little time invested in them, we can get them very comfortable in doing the thing we do, which is grand opera in the best way we can up here on the Northern Plains.
Are there any Minot State students involved?
Oh yeah, quite a few. Well, we have a number of singers, of course, from the Division of Music, but also we have some general college students who have either been part of musicals or plays or productions in their high schools, and as they've come to college, they're looking for something to do in the long term, and September is a good window, maybe a little before everyone gets so busy that they can't put on one more project. So yes, we do have quite a number of people participating, and encourage that, of course.
All right, well, thank you, Ken Bowles. Again, Ken Bowles, the director of the Western Plains Opera. Be sure to look for Western Plains Opera tickets coming up on the KMSU auction on December 4th. And moving now into sports, Nolan, a few more Green Club members from the sports side of things have also donated to the KMSU auction.
Yeah, we got a little bit of hockey to talk about. I know they didn't fare too well down in Arizona, but with the KMSU auction just around the corner, hockey fans will have a great opportunity to make the save on some great gear and tickets from the Beavers. Chris Morgan has more on the story.
From underneath the goal now, it's walked out. Johnson backhand feed, rebound, he shoots, he scores! And the Beavers are on the board.
Hockey season is well underway, and with the Beavers looking for more fans, head coach Wade Regier says the auction is a great way for both parties to assist each other.
You know, we feel like part of it is that we want to obviously look for new fans, but also we know how important that auction is to the KMSU and the broadcasting department at Minot State, and we know that they are just like us. They struggle to make ends meet with their funds, and so any bit we can help, and hopefully that will motivate more groups to buy more packages and drive the prices, and hopefully both areas get to benefit, and that's ultimately what the goal is.
Wade also thinks that anyone that bids on the packages will get the hat trick because of their thrilling hockey matches against big teams.
You know, we feel like we have an exciting brand of hockey. You know, and certainly when we bring in a big name university that everybody recognizes, either be ASU or Iowa State or University of Illinois, you know, we want to give them an experience where they can come in, they can check out the games, they can see how exciting we are and how good our program is, and then hopefully in turn they'll come back in future games. But you know, our crowd is exciting. They're a good group of fans, especially the student section is lively. It's an exciting place to be, and we feel we have a good product, and hopefully it drives more fans to the rink.
Junior forward Dylan Smith thinks that the fans are the first star of all the games, and they always want more fans to support them.
Fans are huge for us last weekend against Iowa. We had a real good crowd. They're really into it. Our fan section is probably the best in the league, and fans are right there with them. The younger kids and teachers who go around the schools, and really anyone who's local, we give out tickets to who wants to come support us.
The Beaver hockey team is looking forward to the fans scoring big on some great saves at this year's auction. For KMSU, I'm Chris Morgan.
You can catch the Beavers back in action at home on December 12th against Botno. And a wise man once said, the quickest way to double your money is to fold it over and put it back in your pocket. We'll take that money out and double it on Andre's Fantasy Football.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 12 of Andre's Fantasy Football Minute. Let's get started in Cleveland. With Ben Tate out of the picture, you need to make sure you pick up Terrence West and Isaiah Crowell. This week, they go up against Atlanta's terrible run defense. Back to Ben Tate, he landed in Minnesota where he'll be battling for the job with Jerick McKinnon and Matt Asiata. It's definitely best to avoid all three this week. The Vikings won't be running that much, trying to keep up with the Packers. After 10 games, Josh Gordon is back. He said he's going to rip up the league, and I believe him. He's a must start. Well, And with Antonio Brown on the bye, you need a wide receiver. Pick up Jarvis Landry. He's a perfect fit for the Dolphins offense, and I think he'll find the end zone this week. Well, that's all I have for my Week 12, not Week 11 minute, but Week 12. Remember, everything will be great if you listen to Dre.
Of course, you can catch more of Dre's picks on the Dre and Jay Show at 6 tonight right here on KMSU. And the MSU Dome will be action-packed this weekend as the North Dakota Class A and B state volleyball will be taking place. Our Redeemers is one of the favorites to take home the Class B title. We'll join their Game 1 action in the first set as they took on Ray, as Morgan Olson makes a nice play on the tip as Ray cannot recover. Our Redeemers then finishes off the set as Olson comes up big with a huge kill from the right side to make the final of that set 25-11. As we will move into set 2 now, as Ray throws the free ball over, and it comes to onto our Redeemer side, and Michaela Gartner sets up and uses the block for a huge kill as they run away with that set. And the next, senior Gabby Beckel says it was a good team win.
I think we played very well as a team. We communicated well, we got excited, and we just had fun.
Head coach Kara Nunziato said getting the first win is a huge...
You know, the first game of the state tournament is always a little bit nerve-wracking. It's a bigger tournament than a lot of the teams are used to playing, and these are the top 8 teams in the state, and they made it here for a reason. So it's nice to get that first one under our belts and kind of as a confidence boost going into tomorrow's.
Our Redeemers will take on North Star tomorrow evening on the North Court at the MSU Dome. And Jesse, I know that's your alma mater, so you rooting for them or what?
Absolutely. It's always nice to see the alma mater doing well. We've been a pretty big volleyball powerhouse for quite some time. Coach Nunziato's been doing a good job. Thanks, Nolan.
Go Knights, huh?
Absolutely. Can't wait to see what happens this weekend.
Well, joining us here is for weather is Emily Mandalin. Tell us what we got to look forward to.
Well, finally, I have some good news for you guys. I feel like the last few weeks, everything has been so cold, but finally, I think things are starting to look up a little bit. So let's just take a closer look at that right now. In Minot, it is 21 degrees. Feels like 9 though, but that is still warmer than we've had the past couple of weeks. As we take a look at some temperatures for the rest of tonight, it will be a pretty cool night, but again, not as cool as we've been feeling. The temperatures won't be sub-zero tonight. It looks like 15 for a low in Minot and 11 in Bismarck. As we take a look at some temps Friday, we're starting to see some sunshine, so there things are already looking up, and in Minot the high will be 37, so it is going to be feeling a lot nicer than we've had the past couple of weeks. As we look at Friday night, still not too bad. We're seeing those double digits for lows, so that's not something that we can really be complaining about right now. As we take a look at Saturday, the western part of the state is seeing more of those 30s. As for us, we're kind of seeing the same sort of thing. It looks like there could possibly be some snow this weekend though, and as we look at Sunday, it will be mostly cloudy. As you can see, it does look like there could be some flurries on the map, but once again, our temperatures are not going to be quite as frigid. Now looking at our extended forecast, it looks like Monday will be mostly cloudy and 18 for a high, but as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, the sun is starting to come out a little bit, so looks like things are looking up and we don't have snow on the ground yet. It's the end of November, so really nothing to complain about there.
Absolutely. Love some sunshine.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Emily.
Thank you.
Our song for the week is Yellow Flicker Beat by Lord, part of the Mockingjay soundtrack. Have a good week, everybody.
See you next week.
Smoother than the storm, and the scars that mark my body, they're silver and gold.